I'm Alan. I own a 45-foot narrowboat, have an interest in industrial heritage, transport and technology, and invite you to join me as I cruise, repair and maintain my boat, and visit events and places of historic interest. Hello everyone, Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
We're so pleased you can join us. We're going to do a look back at the year, things we've done, things we've enjoyed doing, the events that have happened. It's been quite a milestone year for me, as many of you will know. But first of all, I'd like to welcome any new viewers that are watching. And a big thank you to all existing viewers for the support you've given us over the years. It's much appreciated. You all know who you are. I'm not going to name names, but so many of you have watched me from the start and have embraced the channel, and it's really fantastic. And this is my time of year to say thank you to you all. Your support and encouragement does mean a great deal to me. Doesn't it, Reggie?
It's very noisy, isn't it?
He is.
He's probably talking to everybody.
The year started with a frozen marina. Not only did we have a frozen marina, I had a central heating system that wasn't working because my Webasto had packed up. And one of the first things I did in the new year was to repair that. Fortunately, with the help of a colleague here in the marina, we took it apart, fitted a new burner and reassembled it, and with a little bit of fuss, but really not much, we got it going again, which was absolutely fantastic. In February I visited Sally in Yorkshire, and we went on a trip to Ilkley Moor, no less. And unfortunately we had an incident where I lost my drone. It happened so quickly, and suddenly it was a mile and a half, nearly 2 miles away from where we were. I think it was partly caught by the wind and possibly some interference. We're not too far from Leeds Bradford Airport there. Although we were in a safe fly zone, that wasn't queried at all. We were very, very fortunate in that a farmer's dogs found it and we were able to recover it. So a big thank you to him and to his dogs. Sally very kindly went and collected it, and all was well with it, so that turned out very well, thankfully. In March we were invited by the Canal and River Trust to attend the 250th anniversary of the opening of Bingley 5 Rise. These are a series of 5 locks, interconnecting locks, the steepest staircase lock flight in the country, and they're on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, and we had a great time there. We went down on a wide beam boat, passed down through the locks. I did some filming, made a wonderful little video, and if you haven't seen it, I can strongly recommend you to take a look. We were so delighted to have that opportunity to be there for that event. It was only a few years before that I was sending people Christmas cards with the Bingley 5 Rise on. Never did I imagine that I would get to go down them on a boat, and certainly there's no way that I'd go down on my boat because it's just too far away. But we had a wonderful day. Please do take a look. Reggie's decided to lie down now, but he will appear again, won't you, boy? In March we had a birthday, a special birthday. It was Sally's birthday.
Oh, another one.
I'm not allowed to tell you how old she is, but I don't know if you want to volunteer that information.
67.
67.
Just catching up with Alan.
And we thought we'd do something that we both wanted to do. It probably won't appeal to many of you, but we went up to Ribblehead Viaduct. The railway in there does allow camper vans to park overnight as long as you use their facilities, and we had lunch, evening meal and breakfast there. And we got some very good footage of the viaduct, and we had a great time there. Was to drone footage, and that was to celebrate Sally's birthday. We both thoroughly enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yeah, it's great. Lovely pub as well.
It is. It's you can't get a pub any closer to the viaduct than that one. If you go in the gents,
I'm going to say that's what I was going to say.
If you go in the gents, you can look out the window and see the viaduct. It really is wonderful. We bettered that in April actually, because it was time for some chores, and we haven't done chores for a long while. We had to black the boat. It was 3 years since I'd last done it. And Sally very kindly and enthusiastically, I have to say, volunteered to help, and the two of us did the job together. I was so grateful. Last time I'd done it all by myself, and to have the help really did make a big difference. You can get on much more quickly, and it came out very well. I was very pleased. The previous time that I blacked the boat, I'd put the tunnel stripes on the back, and on this occasion I just freshened them up. Still had some paint left over from all the years beforehand, and we were delighted that we got that job done. Next year we're planning to paint the boat. It's quite a few years since I've done it, and I need to do it quite thoroughly. So that's what we've got planned for next year.
More jobs.
I can't say I'm looking forward to it. It is very difficult boat painting when you're out in the open. What with the wind, the weather, you don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold, you don't want it windy. But anyway, you'll see what happens when we go about that next year. Also in April, Reggie's just sneezed on me. You okay, boy? Also in April, I went for a cruise by myself up to Foxton Locks. I didn't dash up there. I take a few days getting up there and a few days getting back. I moored at the top, and whilst I was moored there, I think it was on the Sunday morning, I was walking down to the bottom. There was a boat moored ahead of me, and as I walked past, there was a gentleman on the boat, and I sort of looked at him, and he seemed rather familiar, but I couldn't quite place him to start with. But after a bit of hesitation, I realised it was David Suchet. I'd never met David before. He's an avid boater, as many people will know. And for those that aren't aware, David Suchet played Agatha Christie's Poirot for many, many years. And I was so delighted to meet him. And what's more interesting is that the night before, I had watched one of his episodes entitled ABC Murders. It is my favourite of all the episodes in the Poirot series. And I did mention that to him, and he said it was his favourite as well. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if he was just being kind and would say that to anyone. But when I walked back up the hill, I spoke to his wife, and she did affirm that that was his favourite episode as well. So if you haven't seen it, it's a 2-hour one, ABC Murders. It's fantastic. I would really try and find it if you can. I've really enjoyed over the years watching him portray Poirot. We chatted for about 10 minutes, and I think I could have spent hours chatting to him. Well, not just talking about the series, but just very interesting. A very kind, polite gentleman. Very nice. It was so pleasant to meet him. I really enjoyed it.
Good to know.
Easy to talk to.
Good though, it keeps tickling.
The bell is down my neck. It's rather cold.
Oh,
and the next milestone of this year was
Somebody's birthday.
Somebody's birthday. And what
Special.
birthday was it?
Special. 70.
70.
Yeah, 70.
I was 70 this year, and we had a family get-together. It was the first big family get-together we'd had since I was 60. In the year I was 60, my dad was 90, and we'd had a get-together then. At the time, I thought it would be many years before we have another one. At that time, I only had one grandson who was a baby, and now I've got 4 grandsons. We all had a lovely time. It was a glorious day. We couldn't have asked for better. This was actually in May the 11th, in case you want to remember for next year. And something rather special happened. This beautiful lady sitting next to me gave me a wonderful present, a real surprise, a week's hire boat on the Lancaster Canal.
Oh, it was great, wasn't
And
it?
I keep thanking her because I don't think we'd ever have done it otherwise, but it was wonderful. We went, it was the last week of June. I think it's probably one of the best weeks of the year.
Weather-wise.
Weather-wise, it was
yeah.
glorious. They've had various problems on the Lancaster Canal, so I think we really did have the best
Really
week
lucky.
imaginable.
Yeah.
And I thank you so much for that. It was marvellous. We did make a cruising series of it, which many of you would have watched. If you haven't watched it, please do so. I was really delighted with how it came out. And did you have any particular highlights from that trip?
I like going to Carnforth.
Carnforth, yes.
Yeah.
We went to the railway station at Carnforth. There's a heritage centre there. This is where David Lean's film Brief Encounter was filmed with Trevor Howard and Celia Johnson. And we went there, and the actual cafe or tea room, whatever it is, the one that is there, they modelled that in the studio. I also enjoyed the swing bridge, actually. Got Sally to move it for me, which was great. And it was very light, wasn't it, the swing bridge?
Yeah.
Normally with a swing bridge, if you're a sole boater, they can be difficult. But this particular swing bridge, we found out later, had a chain attached to it. And the idea is the sole boater would push it open, motor through, and then pull it back with using the chain. But we didn't know that, although we did see the chain. We didn't realise what it was for. I liked visiting Lancaster Castle. There was a prison there right up until 2012 when it closed down. And I got arrested, didn't I?
Yeah.
But fortunately, once I explained everything, they let me out. But that was nice. It was nice going through Lancaster. What I liked about the Lancaster Canal was there's various places where you can stop, moor up and walk into town. Garstang, for instance. We went to a lovely pub there, didn't we? The Old Tithe Barn. We enjoyed it there.
Yeah.
We had glorious weather for 6 of 7 days, and the 7th day the heavens did open up, but it was fantastic. We had a great time.
Yeah. And you get, when you go along, you get the views of Morecambe Bay.
Yes,
That
Morecambe
was
Bay,
nice,
yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
had some wonderful views across Morecambe Bay.
Yeah. Coastal Canal.
Coastal Canal, yeah. There's 40 miles, or 41 miles, I think, of lock-free cruising on the Lancaster Canal. And if you get the chance to go there, it's well worth it. In May was the Crick Boat Show, which is an annual event. It's been held for 20 years now. And the thing I like about going to the boat show is to meet viewers of the channel. Here's a few clips of some of the people we met. I do meet so many of you, and a lot of you for the first time met Sally, and that was great, wasn't it, to see people,
nice to
and
meet people.
we had a lovely time there. It is lovely to get out and meet you. I hope they don't mind seeing themselves again.
Hang on a minute.
Hi, Alan.
Hi. And how's it going? 5-4 now.
In July, we went to the Ashby Canal. We were cruising for 15 days. As many of you will know, on our second day, I think it was, we had an incident in the bottom lock at Braunston, which rather scared us. We soon got over it, but at the time what had happened, and it happened literally in an instant. There's no doubt about that. The boat was just sort of leaning over a bit. It's all explained. There's an episode on that if anyone is interested. It's been very popular. I've had all sorts of comments on that. It was very worrying at the time. But we soon got over it, and we had a lovely cruise. We've just published that recently, so I hope you've all had the chance to look at that. Reggie is still here, by the way. Do you want to say hello again, Reggie? Say hello. Say hello. Oh, he was sleeping, but there you go.
We woke him up.
Yeah, it is difficult for Reggie in long overgrown grass, but
because he's got such short legs.
Yeah, but we managed it. In September, I did some repair work to my side hatch. There were wooden inserts that needed to be replaced, so I had to cut the wood, treat it, paint it, fit it. That took about a week all in. Yeah. It's quite surprising. It's a fairly straightforward job when you look at it, but the time it takes to do it properly, well, I'm not saying I did it properly, but the time it takes was quite something. But I got that all done. I was pleased to get that done. Also in September, I had a few days out in the camper van by myself. I made a couple of visits which will be the subject of vlogs next year, so look out for those. And I also went to the Rudyard Lake Railway, which is a 10¼ inch gauge miniature railway. I thoroughly enjoyed that. The line runs along the lake. It was a beautiful day again, and I made a vlog of that, which many of you will have seen. Last month, Sally popped down to see me, and she mentioned that she'd never been to the Welford Arm. So I thought, well, we should put that correct. So we went there, not by boat, but by camper van. And we had a mooch around. It was a cold, dampish sort of day. We had sun earlier, but it's gone in now, which is a bit of a nuisance. So having mooched around, we decided that we'd go to the Wharf Inn for some light refreshments. And we had a drink and some chips. Did we have anything else? I think that was it, really.
That's it.
And it was an enjoyable day. It was late in November, so as I say, the weather wasn't the best. We got something off your bucket list, didn't we?
Yeah, I wanted to go for ages.
There was also another significant event in November, wasn't there?
Somebody's birthday.
Somebody's birthday? You've had your birthday, I've had my birthday. Who else had a birthday? So how old is the fellow now?
Reggie is 12.
12, crikey, that's a good age, isn't it?
Yeah, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to get an old
Hello
man.
everyone.
Yeah.
I must say, Reggie is a lovely, placid dog. He spends a lot of time sleeping. He's no bother at all. No bother at all. And we get on very well, don't we, boy? We hope you've enjoyed this look back over 2024. Apart from the cruises I've mentioned, I did go on other cruises. I do make playlists of my cruises, so if you want to look at any we've done this year or in previous years, please click on the playlist tab and you'll find various different lists which cover cruises, DIY, boat repairs, canal and river trust repairs. There's a whole host of things there that you may find of interest, so please do take a look at that. All that remains for us to do is to thank you for watching and supporting the channel this year. As I've said many times before, it does mean a great deal to me, and not only me, but also to Sally as well. We wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and hope you're able to enjoy it with friends and families. Until next time, take the utmost care in whatever you're doing. Bye for now.
Bye. Happy
Bye
Christmas.
everyone. Take care. Bye. Have a great time.